Hello, everyone. The source that I found for my historiography and that I'm going to share with you is a series of letters addressed to John Hunter, titled Some Account of the Diseases that Prevailed in Two Voyages to the East Indies in the Carnatic East Indiaman during the years 1793 to 98, together with observations and medical remarks in a series of letters to John Hunter. These letters were written by John Milne and published in 1803 in London. Let's start with his educational background. John Milne had an extensive education and professional background. He spent time aboard various Indiaman ships as a surgeon and wrote extensively. Milne was known as a very good student, and he was not one to waste his time. Milne's parents wanted nothing more than for him to have a good education. It was his mother's dying wish. He attended King's College and the University of Aberdeen, and he ultimately founded the medical bursary at King's College in 1800. Professional background. John Milne was no stranger to the sea, having spent previous time as a surgeon aboard whaling vessels. He spent a lot of time at sea and had an extensive medical career. Milne's writings can definitely be trusted based on his experiences. Style, genre, and intended audience. Based on the detail-oriented style of the letters, it is clear that Milne wanted to share the situation that he was experiencing. The intended audience was a single person, but perhaps Milne hoped that his letters would reach more. Even though the source is a collection of letters, and even though the letters were specifically addressed to John Hunter, Milne also expressed that he felt a duty, as well as an honor, to make the sick sailors as comfortable as possible in their given situation. He wanted to share this information and help future and current sailors. His information was very detailed. He talked about specific illnesses that the sailors had and went into detail about how long they lasted and when they occurred. Historical context and controversy. There are definitely some things we need to go over in this area. At the time, the East India Company was extremely powerful and engaging in many militant encounters. The ships for the East India Company also had long, hard journeys for trade. The task of sailing around the African continent was not easy, and the crew would constantly deal with conditions such as seasickness and illness due to the changing weather. Extreme hots and extreme colds were felt throughout the journey. Because of the strength and power of the East India Company, the idea of improving health situations for crew members was confrontational. The company was getting extremely wealthy, and changing health conditions would prove to be difficult. It was obvious that this was not a top priority for the East India Company. When this collection of letters was published in 1803, the publishers put a disclaimer at the beginning, warning readers that there may be mistakes and that these letters are meant to be read by surgeons and no one else. This could prove that there was confrontation towards improving health conditions because it would cost the East India Company a large amount of money to improve the conditions for many, many sailors. And here's my bibliography. I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation. I have really enjoyed yours. Please leave me comments or let me know if you have any questions at all. I would be happy to answer them, and I'd be happy for feedback as well.